Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter, 62nd verse. Stambhayan, Stambhayan, Atmana, Atmana, Atmanam, Atmanam, Yavat, Yavat, Sattvam, Sattvam, Yata, Yata, Shrutam, Shrutam, Na, Shashaka, Shashaka, Samadhatum, Samadhatum, Mano, Mano, Madana Vepitam, Madana Vepitam, Stambhayan Atmanatmanam, Stambhayan Atmanatmanam, Yavat Sattvam Yata Shrutam, Yavat Sattvam Yata Shrutam, Na Shashaka Samadhatum, Na Shashaka Samadhatum, Mano Madana Vepitam, Mano Madana Vepitam.
Stambhayan Atmanatmanam Javat Sattam Yatha Sutam No Sasaka Samadhatum Muno Madano Vepitam. So, his mind became very much agitated, young man, and he is seeing in his front that another young man and woman embracing and kissing. It is very difficult to restrain. Unless one is very advanced, it is not possible. That I was reciting the verse by Jamunacharya. Jadavadhi mama chitta padaravinde Kṛṣṇa padaravinde nava nava dhamadantumasya Tadavadhi vatanari sangame bhavati sustu nishta. Unless one is very strong in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, it is very difficult to restrain the mind and the senses. It's very difficult. Here it is said, Mana Madana Vepitam. Madana means Cupid or the lusty desire. So he was agitated, his mind was agitated by lusty desires. Therefore, we have to be very careful for the association. Sangha sanjayate kama. We develop different consciousness by particular association. Therefore, for advancing in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we must associate with the devotee. You cannot advance in Kṛṣṇa consciousness without being in the association of devotee. Sri Narottam Das Thakur says, tell them that Hindi will be in the evening. Tell them that Hindi will be evening. That going on. Yes. Between 7:30 to 8:30. So, Mana Madana Baby, Cupid is always disturbing. This material world means this Madan, Cupid, whole material world. Janamaithunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham. Grihomedhi means those who have decided to prolong this body for sense enjoyment. That is going on. Everyone is trying so hard. In big cities, they are working so hard, like hogs and dogs. Not for, they say that we are hungry, we must work very hard. But that is not the fact. The real fact is that we want to enjoy sex. So far hunger is concerned, you can control. But sex desire, it is very difficult. So this material world means that Maithunadi. Maithun means sex intercourse. That is the beginning of material life. You know very well how strong is sex desires in the Western countries. Even an old man going to die, he has also. Although he cannot enjoy sex, still he is trying his best by medicine, by other means, by intoxication, by stimulant. That is the only happiness of this material world. Janamaithunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham kanduane nakarayu ibadukha dukkham. Titpante neha kripana bahudukha bhaya kandutaiva manasija visayeta dhira. The human civilization means to create the population dhira, not to be disturbed by sex impulse. This is human. Not that so many so-called sadhus, and they are now preaching openly the yoga by sex. Yoga by sex. They have invented. Yoga means to find out the supreme law within oneself, within the core of the heart. That is real yoga. Yoga means to connect. To connect with whom? With sex life? No. The sex life connection is there even in the birds, beasts, ants, animals, worms, everywhere. Because the whole world is going on sex life. Does it require any yoga system? But people have fallen so down that they have invented, because people want it, and these rascals, they exploit them. This is going on. So, real yoga system means to control the senses, not to increase or indulge. Now they are clearly advertising in the Western countries transcendental meditation. There is no restriction, there is no question of faith, so many things. But as people want it, they want money and they advertise like that. People do not want to follow the religious principles. People do not want any restrictions. They advertise, yes, you haven't got to follow any restriction. You haven't got to believe in some religion. You simply pay me $125 and I give you a mantra and you become successful. This is why. But that is not the fact. The real fact is how to control the mind. Here we see that mana, madana, bepitam. Nasasaka samadhahu, mana, madana, bepitam. Our mind is always agitated for sense enjoyment. Mind is the master of the senses, or the chief man, just like superintendent. Mind is dictating and the senses, the mind is dictating to go here, there, immediately the legs go. You see here, the eyes see. The mind is the center. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karasati. Bhagavad Gita. This living entity, mamaivangsam, Kṛṣṇa says, all these living entities, they are my part and parcel. The question may be, then why they are rotting here? If the living entities are part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa and God, so why does he not live with God? The immediate answer is manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karma. This living entity, this conditioned soul who has come to this material world, the only reason is that they want to satisfy the senses. Manasasthani indriya. Therefore, there is struggle for existence. He wants to enjoy. He wants to become the enjoyer, but he is not enjoyer. That is called illusion. He is enjoyer. He cannot enjoy. Enjoyer is only Kṛṣṇa. Purusha. Purusha sasatam. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Parabrahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavam purusham sasatam adyam. Kṛṣṇa, the Lord, is described as Purusha, and living entities are described as Prakriti. Aparayam itastu vidhi me prakritim para jiva bhuta mahabhava jayedam dharjate. Kṛṣṇa is explained. There is material energy and spiritual energy. So, Jiva Bhuta, the living entity, they have been described as Prakriti. And Prakriti means female. And Kṛṣṇa has been described as Purusha. So Purusha is the enjoyer and Prakriti is the enjoyer. We don't think that enjoy means simply sex. No. Enjoy means subordinate, to carry out the order of the Purusha. This is the position of Kṛṣṇa and ours. We are part and parcel, just like the hands and legs are my part and parcel of the body. So the duty of the hands and legs are that carry out my order. I say my leg, carry me there. It will do immediately. My hand, just take it. I'll take. The hand will take. So this is Prakriti and Purusha. The Purusha orders and the Prakriti performs the duty. This is the reality. Not that as soon as we say Prakriti, Purusha, immediately there is question of sex. No. Means, Prakriti means obedient. Obedient to the Purusha. This is natural way. In the Western countries, they are artificially trying to become equal. But that is not possible by nature. And there is no such question, inferiority or superiority. There is no such question. That's like in the beginning, Jato va imani bhutani jan, janmadasya jataha. Where from this Purusha and Prakriti relationship began? Janmadasya jataha. It has begun from this absolute truth. Therefore, absolute truth is Radha Kṛṣṇa. There is same Purusha and Prakriti. But Radharani is the servitor, servant. Radharani is so expert that she always attracts Kṛṣṇa by her service. This is Radharani's position. Kṛṣṇa is called Madan Mohan. Here in Vrindavan there is Madan Mohan. And Radharani is called Madan Mohan Mohini. Kṛṣṇa is so attractive that we are attracted by Cupid and Kṛṣṇa attracts Cupid. Therefore his name is Madan Mohan. And Radharani is so great that she attracts Kṛṣṇa. Therefore she is the greatest. In the Vrindavan, therefore, people are accustomed to chant Radharani's name more than Kṛṣṇa's. Jai Radhe. Yes. If you want Kṛṣṇa's favor, you just try to please Radharani. So this is the way. Now, here it is a madana vipitam, mind was agitated. So this mind agitation will go on unless one is attracted by madana moha. If we do not be attracted by the madana moha, so long we are not attracted by madana moha, we must be attracted by Madana Bhim. This is the problem. And unless you can control your mind, unless you are able to control your mind not to be disturbed by Madan, there is no question of liberation or service. The ultimate goal of life is how to become free from this material engagement, repetition of birth, death and threefold miseries. That is the perfection. They do not know what is the goal of life, what is the perfection of life. The whole world, especially in this age, they are so fallen that they do not know what is the goal of life. All these big political parties, philosophers, scientists, they have no knowledge. They are in the dark. Therefore, it is called illusion, in the dark. But we understand that Kṛṣṇa Surya Sama. Kṛṣṇa is just like sun. Kṛṣṇa Surya Sama, Maya Andhaka. And this darkness means Maya. Kṛṣṇa Surya Sama, Maya Andhaka. Jaha Kṛṣṇa taha nahi Maya Radhika. Mami Vajaprapadanti, Mayami Tam Tadanti. This is the problem. So it is a great science. Krishna consciousness movement is much scientific movement. To get the whole human society from the pitch of darkness. Grihanda Kupam. Grihanda Kupam. Prahlad Maharaj was asked by his father, what you have learned the best thing what you have learned. He said, Hityandha Kupam, Hityatma Ghatam, Grihanda Kupam, Banangato Jad Harimasayita. Tasadhumanne Asuravajja Dehinam Sada Samidabhigna Dhyam Asadgrahat. The same thing. Sada Samudvigna Dhyam Asadgrahat. The materialistic persons, they are always in anxiety. Tasadhumanne Asuravajja Dehinam. Dehina means not only human society. Anyone who has accepted this material body, even small and big, the demigods Indra and Lords Brahma, such big, they are also living entities, and the ant is also living entities. By their pious activities, they have got big posts as demigods, prolonged life, and many other facilities, but they are all living entities. So these living entities means everyone has got material body. Material body means it will end. Antavatu ime deha. And the Bhagavad Gita is. However strong you may be, palwan, antavatu ime deha. It will end. You cannot. You may run in the morning 3 miles and then take very stimulating food stuff, and everyone is trying to become very strong. That is good. But however strong we may be, even Hiranyakashipu, it is not possible to stay. Hiranyakashipu become very strong. He ensured that he would not die in daytime and night time and in the water, in the land, on the sky, not by any human being, not by any demigods, not by any animal, not by any weapon. Everything he ensured. That's all. But God's policy is so nice that all his insurance keeping aside, he killed him, not by weapons, by the nails. He forwarded that I may be killed by the nails. Then he thought, I shall not be killed by any animal or man. So, Narasimha-Dev, you cannot say it is a lion or man, mixed. And he thought that he would not die in daytime or night time, but he was killed in the evening. It is neither day nor night. So he would not be killed in the sky, in the water, or in the land. So he was killed on the threshold. Therefore we should always remember that we cannot cheat God. He is always at least little more intelligent. The conditioned soul, they want to cheat God. They want to deny God. They want to cheat God. But that is not possible. In spite of all your insurance and cheating policy, you must have to die. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Mrityu aham sarvaharam. You do not accept me, that's a lie. You are collecting things for your enjoyment. But I shall, when I shall come as death, not only he shall be killed, but I shall take away whatever he possesses. So this is intelligence. That they say there is no God, and God says, yes, you'll see me at the time of death. But he cannot avoid death. So before meeting death, that's why Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj so many times requested, my dear father, why you are becoming atheist? By his grace you have got so much power. Just submit to him. No, there is no God, I am God. So this is called demon. In spite of being punished in so many ways, they will deny the existence of God. So they are, those who are not devotees, they will be agitated by the mind, by Modon, by Cupid, by so many other illusory things. But if one becomes Krishna conscious, then nothing comes. Because Krishna conscious person is not in want. He is not in want. So long we will be in want, our mind will be agitated. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj advised the Sada Samudvigna Dhiyam, those who are always agitated, everyone is agitated. Samudvigna Tatsadhamani Asugavaddu Dehina. Anyone who has accepted this material body must be always agitated in mind. Sada. Why? Asadgraha. Because he has accepted this temporary body, he must be full of anxiety. He cannot be avoided. Asadgraha. Asatoma sadgama. The Vedic Indian saying, don't keep yourself in this temporary world or temporary body. Must go to the spiritual world, back to home, back. This is Vedic Indian. Sadgama, asatoma, sadgama. Asadgraha, if you accept this temporary material world, means temporary body, dehinasmin jathade, kaumana yogana. We are transmigrating from one body to another. This is asadgraha. Why I shall transmigrate? If I am eternal, na hannate hannamane sarire, I am eternal. This is intelligent. How I can get permanent body so that I may not have to change body one after another. This is it. So, this person, there are many important words in this verse and it can be explained for a long time. The one word is that Stambhayan Atmana Atmanam. Just like a thief is going to steal, he also tries to control it. I am going to steal. The after effect will be that I will be arrested and I will have to go to jail. And it is forbidden by Shastra and human laws also, state laws. So I am going to steal. There is risk. Actually there is risk. But this consciousness beats him, but he cannot control. This is the position. He cannot control. He knows everything, but still he steals. The same thing happens here. Here it is said, no sasako samadhatum. He was a Brahmin, learned Brahmin. He knew that I am being agitated by the sex desires. It is not good. It is not good. Jatak sutam. Suta means Vedic knowledge. He had sufficient education in Vedic knowledge. Jatak sutam. Java Sattak, as far as he could control. Tambhayam Atmana Atmanam. He tried to control the mind as far as intelligence concerned, but no sasaka, he could not. No sasaka samadhatum. Why? The mind was too much agitated. This is the point. This is the point, that his mind was too much agitated, madana vipitam, by lusty desire. Lusty desire is very strong. Therefore, it is in the injunction of the Shastra, matra sasya dhuhitrava, na vivikta sane vase, balavan indriya grama, viddhamsa vikarsati. That is viddhamsa vikarsati. This Ajami is a learned Brahmin, is vidwan, is not a fool, but viddhamsa vikarsati. Therefore it is forbidden. Matra sasra dhuhitrava. Don't keep yourself in a lonely place and talk peace with woman, even she is mother, daughter or sister. Strictly forbidden. That peace will kill you. Therefore it is forbidden that don't talk in solitary place with woman, even she happens to be your daughter, your mother and your sister. Generally one is not agitated with sex, with mother, with sister and daughter. But it is forbidden up to death. Even Brahma became agitated by seeing his daughter. There is instance. Even Brahma not know what to speak of others. So mind is so very susceptible. But this mind can be controlled only by Krishna consciousness. Yoginam ki sarvesam madgata antaratmana, madgata, thinking of Krishna, antaratmana, within the core of heart. Madhugata andana, sadhyavan bhajati juma, sami juktatam. He is first class yogi. So, unless we can control the mind, we cannot become yogi. Yoga means indriya samyam. Yoga means not reducing fat or this. No. Yoga means controlling the mind, controlling the senses, and concentrate it upon Vishnu, Krishna. Matpara. Yogam junjanam. Madasa. That is yoga. When we take shelter of Krishna and practice yoga, then it will be successful. Not that transcendental meditation or foolish things. No. We have to control the mind. If you want liberation from this material world, you have to control your mind. Therefore, Ambarish Maharaj, he showed as an example that Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo vacham sivai kunsa gunanuvarnan. Simply engage your mind thinking of Krishna and talk of Krishna, then this agitation will not disturb.